Yeah.
Boom.
A little louder.
All right. Welcome to episode 7 with that wonderful intro. So I guess people can figure out who my number one tag team is. This is the Weekly Rapp. I'm Frank Rapp.
I'm Matt Vachon.
And we are just two fat dudes on a Sunday morning talking about the week that was, wrestling, and everything else in life. And to tell you the truth, I woke up with a headache this morning. So we'll see how well this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And don't worry, I'm not hungover.
I always feel a lot worse than I look, which is like really saying something. So.
Well, you look great to me. So, why don't you show our audience what shirt you have on today? Because it's another classic Matt Vachon shirt.
Wearing a Charles Barkley shirt. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a scene commemorating the Saturday Night Live episode where Charles Barkley hosted and Nirvana was the musical guest. And he goes, "Hey, Mom, look, it's your favorite band, Nirvana." And then Nirvana makes all these really awkward faces and kind of walk off. So, yeah. So blue tie-dye, similar to the water on the cover of the Nevermind album. So.
Wow. Well, again, folks, Matt pulls off one of the most random shirt collections in the probably history of shirt collections. Again, another classic t-shirt. All right, so the week that was professional wrestling, another crazy week. We saw Nia Jax be Nia Jax. We saw Lacey Evans announce that she's pregnant. And thank God Ric Flair's not the father.
Yeah.
We have Elimination Chamber on actually today that I won't be watching. Neither will you, because neither one of us have the WWE Network right now.
Yeah.
As you know, a month ago we talked here that they're moving over to Peacock next month, and I refuse to pay any more for the network since it's going over to a streaming service that I already have. So
yes.
I'll save $10 this month and not pay for it.
Yep.
You know, Raw really wasn't anything spectacular. The Miz gave up his seat in the Elimination Chamber, and Kofi has it now, but Miz still has his Money in the Bank. So,
what could happen?
Hopefully nothing, because if the Miz wins the title, people are going to boycott. So
yeah,
because this is awful. Always has been awful. Always will be awful, and we'll just leave that alone right there. What else is going on exciting on Raw? Not really a whole lot to speak of. Let's see what else. What else can I talk about on Raw? Oh, Bad Bunny won the 24/7 championship on Raw.
Ooh, and he apparently had the belt with him last night on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't see, but I saw today people were talking about it.
Really?
Yeah, one of the song he came out with, he had the belt.
Did you see the Booker T song last night?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't see what song. I just saw a picture of him with the belt.
Wow, so. That just gives them more mainstream attention that they want.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that was part of part of the plan. So,
did you see Snickers is a sponsor for WrestleMania this year?
No, I didn't.
It's like the 6th or 7th year in a row that they've been the sponsor for WrestleMania.
I'm a Twix guy.
I like Snickers. They're pretty good.
No, they're fine. Not much to not like about Snickers.
No. So AEW,
Yeah,
what a show.
yeah, a lot of tag team matches.
Yeah. I texted you. We were texting through the first half, then you're like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
I thought the first half of that show sucked.
yeah.
Like I thought it was awful. But again, that's just my opinion. But they did announce a couple of good things. Telly Blanchard's going to be wrestling on Dynamite.
Which, that's great and all. But same thing, with Sting. I didn't really need to see Sting take a power bomb, Wednesday. I didn't need to see that. That made me a little fearful. So
I think it made it both fearful.
The last in the ring. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Not a lot of direction.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. Apparently, he wanted to take the bump, according to Shivani afterwards when they have their Facebook show.
Yeah.
But still, I think I would much rather see Telly Blanchard wrestle at this point than Sting.
Yeah. Yeah, just because Tully hasn't for so long. Because after being blackballed and everything else. But
I mean,
yeah.
I look, I love Sting just like you do, but we don't need to see him wrestle.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon, not ever. He doesn't need to take a powerbomb from probably the strongest man on the AEW roster. And literally hit the mat and then fucking lay there like he was dead.
Yeah.
Like he's looking up at the sky going, huh, wow.
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I? Am I in WCW again? Am I still in TNA? Like,
did I just fall from the rafters?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I don't. Again, it's nostalgia for us, but still, it's just like I don't really need to see it. So
yeah.
So that happened, and then this happened. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick because my mouth about hit the ground when this happened. Kenny Omega and John Moxley will be competing in an exploding barbed wire death match at Revolution.
That's right. It's what everyone's been asking for a long time, and finally they're delivering it. Exploding barbed wire death match.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. This isn't 1995. This is 2021. I don't know how they're gonna pull this off.
Yeah, I don't know.
So last night when I was working, I was reading about death matches, and yeah, I knew Funk and Foley had a death match in '95, and they call that the greatest death match probably ever. They actually used C4, and Funk wanted it like C6. And yeah. So they beat the shit out of each other, and Foley got $300 and a can of soda for his good efforts.
Jesus Christ.
The greatest death match in history of death matches. Foley got paid $300 because he won, and he got a can of soda as a bonus.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't even fall down my stairs for $300, let alone do a death match.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't know. I really don't know how they're gonna pull this off. Especially if it's in Daly's place. Where the fuck are you gonna put it? There's not a lot of room there.
Yeah.
I can't see either one of them bleeding a lot because death matches, it's all blood. It's all blood and guts. Let's be real. I don't know. I'm not, I think like you are, we're not huge fans of this stuff. I mean, the occasional, hardcore match and stuff like that is cool. But I'm not a huge fan of barbed wire stuff. Just,
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
I think the last barbed wire match that I thought was any good was Funk and Sabu in '97. That's when
Those two guys were a little bit crazier than Mox and Omega. So I mean, Mox is I mean he's pretty hardcore, but I don't know. At this point, Mox, especially Omega, I don't know. They're not as crazy as Funk and Sabu.
no, and I watched a little bit of that yesterday while I was working, and I forgot that Sabu ripped his tricep open on the barbed wire, then taped it shut, and then got 100 stitches after the show. And at one point, they got so entangled in the barbed wire that the piece of barbed wire was almost in Funk's eye by like this much, that he almost lost his eye, like legitimately.
Jesus Christ!
And that was a week before their pay-per-view, in August of '97. They had that match a week before their pay-per-view, and Funk was supposed to be the champ, but Sabu won it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I'm just
cut out of the barbed wire.
Not into that. God, man.
We should have a barbed wire match.
No.
You and me.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we really should.
Brewer High School gym, 5:00.
Yeah. Out of bet. Can we have it for like a half hour? That's all.
We'll put it live on your YouTube page. How many views you get?
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yeah. So. We'll bleed everywhere all over the gym floor.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, though, I'm not a fan of this at all.
Yeah.
My only thing is I want to see Omega lose.
Yeah.
But he probably won't.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind seeing like Don Callis die in like a plane crash.
Oh man, I don't even know where to come back from that one.
We're just throwing out things we want to see. I mean, it's
well, you can say that all you want. I don't know if I necessarily want to see that. That's probably just a little over the top.
Yeah. See, I don't really fly, so it's like I don't feel like karma's gonna come back and get me.
No, you don't go anywhere, so of course you don't fly.
Yeah. So.
Oh well.
If I'm like, I want to see. I hope he dies in a accident where he's watching TV in his bed. Then I wouldn't say that because then karma would come back and get me. But so.
In some local wrestling news, I saw. We should have mentioned this last week, but I forgot. The Limitless champ Christian Casanova is now heading to NXT, according to all reports, and he's scheduled to drop the Limitless title on March 19th, I guess, or something like that. Their next show.
Yeah, I just saw it before. Yeah.
So basically, their last three champions, more or less. MJF had the belt for like a couple months and then dropped it. Anthony Green had it and then dropped it, and now Casanova wins it and then drops it immediately because he's leaving.
Yeah. It's like whoever wears that belt gets the call up,
Yeah, Randy must have them in his back pocket.
He really does, yeah. I mean, NXT's been using Limitless as a stable for quite some time now. Yeah. So a lot of people know that.
I think so.
The Observer, I read about it.
Oh, from the Observer. Fuck Dave Meltzer. But no, they're going to do like an NXT Evolve, like with Gabe and Jeremy Borash running it. I read that this week too. So I think they're signing a lot of those guys that Gabe knows and maybe Borash knows to, because they want to have another show, just like AEW is supposed to have another show, and they want to have another show. I bet that show is going to be probably exclusive to Peacock, and I can see most likely NXT moving to Peacock in October when their deal's up.
Yeah.
I'm seriously thinking this Peacock thing is going to be huge and a lot bigger than people think.
Yeah.
When you already have 20.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's gonna open, I think, the door to a lot of new, a lot of new pairs of eyes who haven't necessarily been watching it. So, I mean, a lot of people have ditched cable like a long time ago and just do various streaming services. So, and Peacock has many more subscribers than the WWE network. So,
Yeah, yeah, many more times, like 4 or even 5. I mean, I think they have 31 million subscribers now, according as of last month. WWE Network average like 1.4, 1.5.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's so much. Even if you just click on it and sample it, it's just whatever.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
And I read too that how they have the channels on Peacock, like the Saturday Night. I guess the WWE Network's gonna have their own channel, like I guess.
Yeah.
And they'll have all their content loaded up at like a different part. I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, I watch Peacock for Dan Patrick, 2.5 Men, and The Office.
Yeah.
And occasionally
and I watch it for Premier League soccer. So which is on in the other room right now. So
there you go.
On Peacock. So yeah, but
yeah, and then Paramount Plus is launching too next month.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that's gonna be like, but everyone's adding all this plus stuff now, like ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, like it's what's the deal with Plus?
I don't know. I mean, my phone is a Samsung Ultra Plus. I don't know what the goddamn Plus is. I was like, oh, it's the bigger one. Great. So,
I think I have an
Plus
iPhone.
means fancier. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. So we're not a fan of this exploding barbed wire match. Sorry to get off topic, but we're just not a fan. I don't really know how it's going to go over. Maybe instead of having Omega and Moxley in this match, they should have Nia Jax versus Goldberg. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, they'd call that the Matt Vachon death match because I'd rather kill myself than watch that match.
Well, you wouldn't watch it anyway, so what's the difference?
Yeah, that's true too.
So on NXT, Adam Cole turned on Kyle O'Reilly.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How is Adam Cole still in NXT?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Well, how is Cole, O'Reilly, Fish, Roddy? How are they all on NXT? Really, if you want to get technical.
Yeah.
I mean, but okay, you move them up to Raw or SmackDown, and they won't know how to use them. So I guess stay right where they are.
Yeah, that's probably the thinking, really.
Because as you know, they have a shitty track record of NXT guys that they brought up.
Yeah.
I mean, who was
with the exception of Lars Anderson? Lars was the only one that came up and did something.
It was Lars Sullivan too.
Oh yeah, what I said.
You said Anderson, I think. I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, not the old first base for the Red Sox.
I mean, the only person that so NXT guys that have done well are Reigns and Rollins. Really?
Yeah.
Right? Because the Revival's gone. Gable and Jordan, Jordan's hurt. Gable's stuck on SmackDown. I think Baron Corbin is absolute fucking trash.
Yep.
Sami Zayn is fucking trash. I mean, Owens had a good run when he first came up with Cena, but he hasn't done a whole lot since. Besides his feud with Cena and his stuff with Jericho, Owens really hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
And I don't, and I like Kevin Owens, but
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But no, I can't think of really anybody. I mean, Daniel Bryan to a certain extent, but he was on that stupid NXT when they were doing like Tough Enough crap. So I guess I don't know if that necessarily counts.
I don't know. I wouldn't count it, but
I mean, Cesaro's fantastic, and they don't know what to do with him.
yeah.
So I don't know. But again, I don't know why Cole's not on anywhere. But
Yep.
I wish Cole was on AEW myself. But
Yeah. With his lady.
yeah, Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's just a dentist. She's not a real doctor.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's like a chiropractor.
Yeah, it's like Alan.
Sorry,
on
Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Let's see. What else? So the Elimination Chambers tonight. Woohoo! Big deal. Don't care. They're setting up for Edge versus Reigns. We all know that at WrestleMania. No idea what they're gonna do with McIntyre or Matt Gallagher, whatever the fuck his name is. No clue what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna do Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, I would assume, in some sort of stupid ass match. They're probably going to do Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title. I don't know what else. It's over 2 nights, so we'll see how bad they can fuck it up again. So,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of hope that it's going to be. There'll be one good match out of like 12 that they have, and that'll be it. Yeah, just like it was last year. So, even though people argue with me about that Boneyard match, but I still call that the match the whole weekend. But whatever. certain people get pissy when I say that, so I just won't say it now. So they also signed John Morrison's wife, and they signed Eli Drake, who were both former TNA people.
Yeah.
So, woohoo!
Yeah. Whatever. We'll see.
I mean, we'll see.
Or we won't.
Yeah, or we won't. Yeah, because I'd much rather watch AEW than NXT, which I used to probably would never have said like 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. But even though we bitch about all the tag team wrestling stuff, I still rather watch AEW than NXT.
Yeah, it's same with me.
And we bitch about Tony Khan and kind of his booking, but it's just. I'm tired of all the tag team matches. If they can not do so many tag team matches, that would be great. But they have a big roster, so they got to get people on TV. I get it, but still,
Yeah, I just want more. My thing is, I just, I don't care if they do the tag team matches. I just want more storylines. That's all I'm looking for.
Well, I know we kind of said, we didn't know what they're doing with Adam Page, but looks like he's going to join the Dark Order at some point.
Whether we like it or not, it's gonna keep it.
Why drag this out? Just fucking have him join already, because everyone already has an idea that he's gonna join. So
yeah, I don't know. Keep the seat warm until. I don't know.
Keep the seat warm.
I want to see him. I just want to see him and Colt Cabana work together. I just love watching Colt Cabana matches.
All right, sorry, folks. This podcast is over. All right.
Yeah.
Click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're full of it today.
Oh yeah. It's don't blame me. It's the ginger beer talking. So yeah.
All right.
I know it's a little early, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Wow, that's wow. I don't even know where to start from that one. Oh,
it was a big sports week.
It was.
Yeah, and and since you're the resident Eagles fan, and now you've had a couple of days to digest, how do you feel about the Carson Wentz trade?
Awful. I still feel I hate it, but I mean I don't run that place. I don't know. But everything you read, Wentz wanted out. Wentz was a bad teammate. Wentz was a pain in the ass. Him and Doug Peterson didn't talk for 8, 9, 10 weeks of the season. So, it's just, I was talking to Dad about this, and I said 3 years ago they won the Super Bowl, and then they went to playoffs for 2 years in a row. 1 year with Foles, 1 year with Wentz. Wentz gets hurt against Seattle because Clowney, I think, kneed him in the head or hit him in the head when he was on the ground. They didn't call a flag, so he got a concussion. They lost, of course, and then this year they had a bad season, and now they're both gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wentz got his way. I think, he went to Indy. He wanted to go with Frank Wright. I don't, even though he had a bad year, I think they got as much value as they could.
Yeah.
That pick next year could be a first round pick if Wentz plays like 70% of the snaps or something like that. And, and I could see that. They have a better offensive line. They actually have a running game. They have some weapons on the outside. So they could be like the 2017 Eagles all over again. And he could have a hell of a year, and he could basically give the Eagles a finger and say, I can play football, fuckers. You gave up on me too early. But when you don't surround people around your quarterback that are any good, how is that the quarterback's fault? Isn't that the people upstairs? Isn't that the GM's fault?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I always say, especially when you don't have an offensive line, like, to block for the guy. You can kind of make it work a little bit with, mediocre receivers and stuff like that. But if you have that plus no protection, you're going to lose every time. There's just a bad recipe.
Well, and I read yesterday on Pro Football Weekly or one of those websites, they have the Eagles drafting up to 3 and taking Justin Fields, a fucking quarterback, in the draft.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I'd be okay sticking with Hurts before I took another. Before I drafted another quarterback that early.
You have so many more needs.
When you have that many holes.
Yeah. I literally think if they take a quarterback, I will probably destroy my entire house.
Yeah.
Like, you have, you need another receiver because your receivers suck. They got rid of Deshaun Jackson on Friday or Thursday, which was coming because he had 2 years of not doing anything. He got hurt, and then I think he played a total of 6 games in 2 years, if that. So he's gone. Yeah. They need to get rid of Alshon Jeffrey. Now they think about trading or releasing Zach Ertz. I mean, this team is going to suck for probably the next 2 or 3 years, like legitly suck. Yeah. So they need to get up draft capital, hit on some of these draft picks, and start a complete rebuild, which they need to do that because they have one of the oldest teams, if not the oldest team in the league.
Yeah. Yep.
Their offensive line needs help. Their cornerbacks need help. They need help at linebacker. They need help at defensive end. Fletcher Cox isn't getting any younger folks, and they've missed on their receivers. I don't necessarily know if Rieger's a bust yet, but we'll see. He was
too early.
Yeah. Dallas Goedert's a stud. Miles Sanders is a stud.
Yep.
But they don't have a lot else. Hurts is still the question mark. But again, if you're going to take a quarterback in the first round and you took a quarterback the year before in the second round, and then you dumped your quarterback you took in the first round in 2016, doesn't that give Hurts a little bit like, okay, I thought this was my team. Now I'm going to be doing this the whole time?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And how much confidence is he going to have? Because it's the same thing with Wentz. They paid Wentz all that money, and then they take Hurts, and Wentz is going, what the fuck? And that's all. Yeah. And that's a lot of why Wentz is gone.
Yeah, and for Hurts, it would be, deja vu all over again, like Yogi Berra said, because that's the same shit he dealt with at Alabama. Tua came in the second half of that national championship game, and that was it. And so basically, he backed him up the next year and then transferred. So, yeah.
And almost won the Heisman when he transferred.
Yeah. So, yes, I mean, if I'm the Eagles, I I would rather see what I have in Hurts before I take another quarterback. Get a backup, a free agent back. Like a Jacoby Brissett, like somebody like out there that is a decent backup, but you're not breaking the bank, and just see what you got with Hurts, knowing that regardless of who's back there, you're probably not going to have a good record this year. So just see what you got. See what you got.
Trade for Nick Foles.
Yeah. Get BDN back. So
so I don't want to talk about this, but we're going to. LeBron was the fastest to 35,000 points this week.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Yay.
It's easy to do when you've been playing since you were 17.
Was it 17 or 18?
Well, no, he was like 18 when he came in, I think. But yeah, he's 18 or 19. But yeah, still, like he was. I mean, it's not like some of these guys that had college experience or whatever.
Yeah. He's the third leading scorer or fourth leading scorer now in the league because he surpassed Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah. Wow. How close is he to Kareem? Do you know?
I don't know. I think he could catch him if he plays another 2 or 3 years. I think he can catch him.
Yeah. He'll never catch Gretzky's records though.
No. I don't know. I don't know if anybody will. Honestly.
Nobody. Well, yeah, I don't think anybody will. But those, but really the NBA scoring like all time, I was like, man, if Jordan never, caught him out, even though he had the 2 years off, but still, it's like that was one that I was like, man, nobody's gonna get that far, and then Eric come close. But it's similar like the Gretzky records. So you look up all his records, and those are so untouchable, especially the way the game's played now. But yeah, but still, that scoring title was one that I kind of held in that same regard. So we'll see.
Hold on a second. Let's see. LeBron James is expected to surpass 38,387 points record at the very beginning of the 22-23 season, if he keeps up his pace.
Wow. And he will, I'm sure. I mean,
yeah, he probably will, and he'll probably win a couple more titles in Los Angeles. But they lost last night to the Heat, and they lost to the Nets on Thursday. They're not any good without Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
like LeBron can only do so much, and they're not shooting well from three. They're just not playing that great right now. Their point guard's out because of COVID protocols. So I mean, they're still 22-9, which they're second in the West, which is still really good. But they need Anthony Davis back to win the championship. If they don't get him back, they're not going to win.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
Someone will, like Utah will be there, or like some random team like a Denver. I'd love to see Phoenix make a run, but I don't think Phoenix is there yet because Devin Booker's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Devin Booker's a beast, man. I think he's very underrated. He doesn't get the the love he should because he's in Phoenix and they suck.
Yeah. So, yep. Exactly.
But so the Eagles traded their quarterback. LeBron scores 35,000. What else happened in the week of sports? Anything exciting?
Not that I recall. It's been a big tennis week, but I don't watch tennis. So I
Osaka.
Pete Sampras beat somebody. I don't know.
No. Pete Sampras not beat anybody. Naomi Osaka won the women's, and Djokovic won this morning. He won the men's this morning. So,
yeah.
I mean, I can't really think of anything else. Duke won last night by 1.
No, really?
Yeah.
See, I haven't watched any college basketball this year.
Yeah, I watched very little. So
yeah.
North Carolina beat Louisville by 45 yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, and Carolina and Duke both suck this year. So
Really?
yeah,
So yeah,
Duke's not,
see, I'm
yeah.
so out of it that I saw Michigan at one point was pretty highly ranked, and I thought that was cool, but uh, not cool enough for me to watch any any of these games.
But yeah, no, Carolina and Duke are both unranked. Duke's like 10-8 overall, I think.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then one of their best players opted out for the rest of the year. Is going to the NBA draft. He did it on Monday. That's because he didn't play in like the last. Yeah, he didn't play for like 2 or 3 games, so he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever they allow to
Whatever.
happen. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
all right, so moving on from the week of wrestling.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, now we're going to talk about our rankings.
Yes. The reason why you're all here.
The reason why no one's watching. You know, for the open, you can probably figure out, who our most likely number 1 tag team is. It's probably not rocket science. Do you want me to start this time? And you want me to go 1 to 4 or 4 to 1?
You have the honors. I did it first last week. So
all right, so I'm going to start at number 4. My number 4 greatest tag team of all time is the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
They dominated everybody forever. They were, they came in and just beat the shit out of people, and people popped crazy for them. They were 2 badasses that came in and just beat the living shit out of you. And I thought, what a perfect way to be number 4. They had some legendary matches with, Arn and Telly, the Midnight Express, the Samoans, the Russians, Demolition, the Hart Foundation, they've fought everybody, tooth and nail. However, their best match probably was when they fought Earthquake and Typhoon at Royal Rumble 1992. That was a spectacular match. Go out and anybody can go watch that match. That was so spectacular. And you can tell that I'm sarcastic as fuck because it was awful as shit, but I want to just give them a little bit of a plug.
Rest in peace, Earthquake.
Yeah, and rest in peace, both Warriors too. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
All right. So they're 4. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3 is going to be. They weren't a tag team for long, but I thought they were great together. It's Arn and Telly.
So far, we literally have the same list.
Oh man. They came out, they were, they tagged a little bit in the WCW before they made the jump to the WWF. But they had a great run as the Brainbusters. They weren't there, they were there probably a little bit of like about a year. Then they announced that they were going to go back to the World Championship Wrestling, and Telly got caught doing some stuff. They pulled Telly's deal, and then Arn went over and got screwed by Jim Herd and got basically more like half of what he was supposed to get. So but again, they didn't last long because then Telly got blackballed because Telly, ran his mouth, and a lot of people didn't like Telly. That but I thought they had a great run with Heenan, and they won the tag belts, and they had some good matches with the Rockers and the Hart Foundation, and I think they fought Demolition. I can't remember. They might have. But no, they were great. Sure I thought they're still great to this day. They're both still alive and kicking. And on March 3rd, you'll see Telly Blanchard wrestle with Dash and Dax versus the Jungle Express, or whatever the fuck they're called, on AEW Dynamite, 8:00 on TNT on Wednesdays. Number 2 is going to be the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Ricky and Robert.
Yeah.
Ricky was a bumping machine. Um, he was. They both were great. Robert would come in and pick up the pieces after Ricky got the shit kicked out of him for 30 minutes and had the hot tag, and they do their double drop kick and place would go crazy. They had some memorable matches versus Arn and Ole, Arn and Telly. The Russians, the Midnight Express, they wrestled them over and over again in the 80s, no matter where they went, Mid-South, NWA, AWA, everywhere. Memphis, they had a killer feud for a long time. So they're my number 2, and of course my number 1 is the Midnight Express. And I will get this off the shelf and show you what I have. This is them. These are my number 1, the Midnight Express. Doesn't matter which version, whether it's Eaton and Condrey or Eaton and Lane. They are the greatest tag team, I think, ever. Their manager, Jim Cornette, is probably one of the best managers ever. Probably number 2 behind Bobby Heenan. In my mind, we'll probably do a manager's one too as well. But the Midnights, man, they are the best. They're both. Eaton was a great wrestler even when he was a singles run, but I loved him with the Midnight Express. He was great. Him, Stan Lane, Dennis Condrey, back in, it doesn't matter which version they went all over the place and they beat everybody up, and they had great matches with Fantastics, with Rock and Roll, with anybody that was in the ring with them, they made better.
Yeah.
So I pretty much think our list is exactly the same.
It's literally the exact same. And so we haven't, we knew we were going to do this episode, but at no point between when we decided to do it to today did we discuss the list. But I don't know if you can see my chicken scratch, but LOD, Charlie, Rock and Roll, Midnight, 4 through 1. So it's literally the exact same. So same, growing up with Legion of Doom, I knew Legion of Doom before I knew the Road Warriors. I just knew that they were the Road Warriors before, but I had never seen any of their matches until later. But they were just so badass. Like, as a kid, they were so cool. And I was so lucky to meet them at an oil change station when I was a kid and get a Polaroid with them. And, so that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I love those. I didn't really know like how rough they were, like how unfun it was for other people to be in the ring with like, because you think a lot of it, not, I don't want to use the word fake, but you think a lot of it is just show. But no, it was pretty rough. And that Doomsday Device, I mean, just absolutely brutal. Arn and Tully, same thing. As far as quality of work, I mean, 2 of the best workers, period. Like, and they're another tag team that, I like them, like, for sure, with the Brain Busters. But I got to respect Arn so much more, like, through that podcast, because that's my favorite podcast, because he's so just like honest and upfront about everything. And it's cool that where Tully came from and how he kind of, he was a total asshole, and now he's kind of turned his life around in a big way, but still, like, respect the hell out of those guys. Rock and Roll Express, so good. I was back and forth between them and Midnight, who would be my number 1, just because I like them both. And kudos to Ricky Morton for having a haircut for longer than I've been alive, like the same haircut. So I mean, great tag team. And I had Midnight Express as my one, and I went with the Dennis and Bobby in Cornette combo. But yeah, but really, like you said, with Stan Lane too. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was, I mean, just so good, so good. Um, yeah, so I think it's funny we had the exact same list, but uh, yeah, with this one, with the when we did the singles one last week, um, you know that that was harder. I felt, but this one was. I mean, I was pretty much locked in. Like as soon as I thought about it, I instantly knew one and two, and then three and four, I thought about for 10 minutes maybe. I mean, there's a lot of other great ones out there, but
Yeah, I mean, you could have put
those were my four.
the Steiners in there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you could have put the Dudleys in there too.
Yep, the Hardys.
The Hardys, the Hart Foundation was really good. The British Bulldogs were really good.
Yep, yep.
I mean, there's, even Edge and Christian were pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's the same thing like we mentioned last week. It's all, it's all objectionable. Like it's all anybody, you can make a case for a lot of these people, but I think it's cool that we had the same without even discussing it. So.
No, we didn't discuss. No, we didn't talk about anything. It was
Yeah.
It was, we talked about this last week doing this, and we didn't talk about it at all during the week.
Yeah. No.
We didn't even mention it this morning. Where you got your list? Yeah, that was last week. This week we didn't say anything. I was like, fuck it, whatever. It was a roll.
Yeah.
But no, it's it's funny that we got the same list, but it's also kind of cool too that we kind of think on the same thing when it comes to this stuff. So
yeah,
hence why we get along so well.
Yeah.
So that was that. What do you want to do next week?
I don't know. John gave us a bunch of good ideas for. I mean, I think we should do all of those. So we can do the. Yeah, we can do the. I mean, managers slash.
Consultants.
What's it called? The. Yeah, or yeah. I mean. Yeah, whatever. Like just the same idea as a manager, I guess. But
all right, so we'll do.
But we should do that.
Yeah, we'll do our top 4 managers or Mount Rushmore managers.
And then manager slash valet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll do like announcers then following week.
Yep.
Color, that the announcer one's going to be interesting. Yeah, who we have where.
Yeah.
We do like, because I mean, you could do, man, that's going to be a fun list to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. All these lists are fun to do. Like I love I don't know. I love lists. Number one. And number two, it's like it's just fun to kind of like dig back in and think about maybe some people you haven't thought about in a little while. And,
managers. I really appreciate managers already. I have a pretty good idea of who my managers already are. So, and we've been talking, and we just started talking about this. Like I already know. I already know who my 1, 2, and 3 are. Already on top of my head. The fourth one I'll have trouble with.
Yeah. Top 2 I've already got easily.
And they're probably the same.
Yeah, probably.
So speaking of toys, we'll switch gears for a second. So you got Series 3 in this week.
I did. Minus Pac, yeah. But yeah, I got them. Yeah, they're very cool. Really, yeah, I don't know. They're just so well done, like the quality of them. Like, so I gotta go get the bastard Pac at some point, but he's not too expensive. So also I saw today, not in this area, but somebody found the AEW figures at a Target.
Yeah,
So
yeah. They said
they
they're
may
putting.
not be
Yeah, they said they're putting them
exclusive.
at Target now too, and Walmart, I guess. So
Yeah. So yeah, somebody had like I don't know. It wasn't all the ones from Series 2, but it was a bunch of them. So it was almost a complete set. But I don't know what the location was, but it's cool that now they're going to be more available.
yeah.
So
Oh shit. John sent me a link last night, and it is he goes, I bet you don't have this figure. And I said, nah, I don't know, whatever. Listen to this. It is a one of a kind WCW Galoob pre-production UK exclusive Lex Luger sample carded figure. Okay. He's got a robe on.
yeah,
It's guess how much it is? Take a wild guess.
$2,000. $2,000.
$4,000.
Four. Yeah.
I'll send you the link, but I couldn't believe it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's graded at a 75.
God.
Yeah, I know. I might.
Yeah.
I'm probably most likely going to get that Hasbro ring. I think.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out what I'm going to give up for it.
Yeah.
Because the box isn't in that great a shape, but it's still sealed. Never been
Yeah.
open. The box is box is beat up. So I don't know. I got to send him a list of shit that I have and see what I can get for it. So
Yeah.
because I would love to add that to my collection of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved that old ring. That was
Me too.
That was fun.
I think I had two of them.
Yeah.
And we had a cat. So when I woke up the next morning, the ropes were gone because the cat clawed at him.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you I got the whole series 1 and I think most of series 2 for Christmas when I was a kid with the ring. So
yeah,
that was a cool Christmas. So
yeah. Do you still have that ring?
mm-mm. I wish I did.
No.
I think it broke.
Yeah.
You still
See,
have
I when you sent me that, yeah, somewhere. I assume so. I don't have it here, but I'm sure it's at my mom's somewhere.
We need to go find that shit and get all that shit out and give him a figure bath.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's I went on eBay after you sent me that text yesterday and started pricing out stuff like that. But yeah, they have like empty boxes in good shape too. So, but then it wouldn't be sealed anymore. But if you, I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, that's just. I mean, trying to put that collection back together for yourself, it's stupid money. Stupid money. Like the hardest figures to get are those mail away figures to have in your whole collection.
Yeah.
There's like people want an arm and a leg for that Taker mail away. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
I can't.
I never got any of the mail away ones.
Neither did I.
I never had. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like that other thing, the complete set for $8,000.
And that's all open, loose, and that's loose. Still, that's loose. That's not sealed. Like, that's loose.
Yeah.
And some of the fingers are missing, and like a couple of the helmets are different for Doom. And I'm like, or Demolition. I'm like, you still want $8,000 for that stuff?
Yeah.
I guess that means I can sell my stuff then and make okay on it. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got JYD here with me today.
Oh wow! Do you have his chain on? Yeah. Oh
yeah. It's the it came with that thing.
What is it?
It's like a zip tie almost, but yeah. I don't know.
Where'd you get that?
I bought it at I think I got it at the Bret Hart thing. Somebody was selling, so I bought this one and Nikolai Volkov and Captain Lou Albano.
Oh, Captain Lou.
Yeah.
What an alcoholic he was.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't remember what he wanted, but they were kind of cheap. He had just like a bin full of a bunch of the Gloob guys. I mean, or yeah, he had like all the, yeah, those, the Gloob like WCW ones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so, but yeah, they're selling, I think he was selling them kind of cheap because I bought 3 of them, and I can't imagine I would have spent much money if I was already paying Brett like $50 for a picture and a photo, a signed photo, or whatever it was. So, um,
Yeah, Matt Hardy was at
yeah,
that show. You remember?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he didn't look good.
No. No. No.
Funkasaurus was there.
Funkasaurus, yes. Was
Yeah.
Gangrel there too?
Yeah.
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 Wow. Well, my memory.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Hardy. Was that?
Yeah.
Was that TNA Matt Hardy, or was that before? Was he just doing his own thing then, or was he in TNA? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he was doing. I feel like he was doing his own thing. Yeah, I don't think he was in TNA at that point, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, true. Who knows?
I wasn't big on TNA at that point. so but,
no, TNA reached an agreement with New Japan. They're going to have a talent swap.
Yeah.
Because Juice Robinson and David Finlay showed up on Impact on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And some other news before we wrap up today. Supposedly Guevara got in some hot water because he was supposed to show up at the Impact tapings and do some stuff, and he didn't like the creative, so he was like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they wanted him to show up on Impact and then show back up on AEW in a couple weeks or whatever, but that's all scrapped.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like loving the brand swap between Impact and AEW, but whatever.
I mean,
but maybe it's because I don't watch Impact, so
maybe. But even still, I mean, I would rather them do a swap with New Japan than Impact.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, I like Gallows and Anderson, but I'm also kind of tired of Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
Tired of their shenanigans and tired of their bullshit, and as Jim Cornette says, all friends wrestling. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They should change their name from AEW to AFW, All Friends Wrestling.
Yeah. He posted, I think it was yesterday, he posted like a pretty good clip of it's like Riho and like a few other people like wrestling in basically like a bedroom. And he's like, yep, this is this AEW's talent pool. I don't expect you to watch it. It's not very good or something like that. But he goes, yeah, check it out. And so, yeah, they're like literally wrestling in like a room with a mattress and like insulation on the walls, like the not like the cotton candy insulation, but just like the sheets of it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So,
well, I remember seeing a match with Omega and his buddy over there. What's his name? Ibushi. Yeah. It was Omega and Ibushi versus Riho and Asuka.
Yeah.
And that was a tag match.
Yeah.
Over in Japan.
In a ring though, or in the bedroom?
It was a ring.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Hey, whatever. I mean, people like Omega, people like the Bucks, and I've been a critic of both on this show since we've started. I'm not a fan of Omega, not a real fan of the Bucks. Omega needs to lose in like 3 weeks or whatever it is, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, if Omega beats Moxley in Moxley's own match, then what the fuck am I gonna watch for?
Yeah. Right.
Like it's a different. I mean, yeah, I get it because they're all friends and blah blah blah. But I don't know. Moxley, I think, has been their best champ.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too.
Jericho's 2 and Omega's 3.
Yep.
You know, I get why they gave Jericho the belt first off because it was a name. I get
Yep.
that. And then you give it to another name that's just as big as Jericho.
Yep.
And then you give it to fucking trash can man over there, Omega from Japan. So that really hasn't done shit since he's been in AEW.
Yeah.
The best thing he's done is that tag match with him and Hangman versus the Bucks this time last year.
Yep.
And other than that, that's all he's done.
Yep. Yeah.
That skit they did at the school, that was so dumb on Wednesday.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, I was like, oh, the one day there's not a school shooting in Florida happens to be the day that Kenny shows up. Next time.
Maybe. And of course Nakazawa's there, or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, Michael Nakazawa.
Yeah. And I was so hoping the Bucks were going to lose the titles on Wednesday too, but they didn't.
No.
It was close. No, I was hoping, but no.
Yeah. I'll get them next time.
But they're definitely teasing the Bucks versus the Good Brothers though, because they took forever to come out. They'll probably do a belt versus belt thing or whatever, and again, it'll end in a DQ because no one wants to lose their titles.
Yeah.
Or do they give Jericho and MJF the belts at Revolution instead?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just want to see. Just put them on FTR. That's all I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yep, and leave them on FTR for a while.
So everybody else, I don't really care. So.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this shit up. On that note, FTR, you're amazing. Please watch our show. But you probably
won't. You were number 5, FTR.
You were. I just can't put you up there yet. You haven't been around long enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Maybe in a couple of years I bump off Arn and Telly and move you guys to 3 and leave everybody else right where they are. But right now you're number 5.
Yep.
Even though right now to this day you're our favorite tag team right now, but overall it's still the Midnight, hands down. Homework tonight, folks. If you want to watch, go watch the Midnight matches. Go watch some Rock and Roll Express matches. Go watch both of them work together, whether it's Memphis, whether it's AWA, whether it's NWA, WCW, anywhere you can, Mid-South, anywhere you can find a Rock and Roll versus Midnight match, watch it because it's fucking glorious and fantastic. Okay, on this. All right, so next week we will talk our Mount Rushmore managers, and we'll talk about the week that was professional wrestling, and we'll see what other fucking wonderful shirt my compadre over there's going to be wearing next week. So, what other offensive shirt was he going to wear to piss off some people that watch? Like and subscribe our podcast on YouTube. We have a Twitter that I barely even look at or turn on because it's Twitter and it's fucking garbage. But we have a Twitter. I think it's at Weekly Rapp, whatever it's called. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it for me. This has been the Weekly Rapp, and I am Frank Rapp, and we are out of here.
Cool. I'm Matt. See ya. Talk to you soon.
Bye.